Producer Dan's inbox open in about a half hour. Guardsy's still looking for valuable contributions. His email, if you don't know by now, for these purposes, is jg@kfan.com. jg@kfan.com. So this could be a good day for you. Window might be open for you. Alec Lewis will join in about 90 minutes. We have Top 5 at 5 yet to get to. 50 years ago, how about a couple items from the great state of Minnesota as offered up by our very own Dan Minnesota? This is July, right?
July 23rd.
July 17 to Aug 1, and I watched a bunch of it. The Summer Olympics in Montreal, Canada. That was when Bruce, later Caitlyn Jenner, won the decathlon. That was one of the big stories. And do you remember a gymnast named Nadia Comaneci?
Of course.
Scored on July 18 the first perfect 10 in gymnastics competition. I do remember that vividly. And the kicker was, it was so unheard of, obviously unprecedented means it never happened, that on the scoreboard, there was no 10. There was no way to register it, so it registered as 1.0.
Crazy.
That's how it registered. Nadia Comaneci.
Did that not lead to... Because the Carolis, at least Bella coached her, right?
I think that's right.
I think that led them to basically come here and take over USA Gymnastics.
Olga Corbett had been she was in the, was it the Germany Summer Olympics? I think she'd been previous. She was kind of the precursor. She captured the imagination of even casual fans here, but Nadia Comaneci did for sure. You'll appreciate this. July 3, 50 years ago, Bjorn Borg wins the first of 5 straight Wimbledon singles championships. Your guy Borg. On July 3, 1976.
He had a great run.
July 19th, what's the date today?
23rd.
Disco Dan Ford tried to advance from second to third on a ground ball to short and was tagged out after sliding and missing the base by 5 feet. Now, again, that was the bit, because it's not unprecedented that somebody still tries to go from second to third and gets tagged out. But I guess what made this moment legendary was it was Disco Dan Ford, and he ended up, his slide somehow was it's sort of like Nancy Armour's writing, unartful, and did not even get close, apparently, to the base. I also wanted to get to, here, let me find a different piece that he sent to me. That's the, see if I can get it this way. No, that's also sports related. He had a list. I have to find where it is. Dan Minnesota sent me a number of documents, shall we say. And one of them, he sort of lays out the concert lineup, the summer concert lineup in Minnesota. It's interesting.
Who's coming around?
I guess to think of the names from that back then, I guess is the best way for me to put it. I'll try to find it, but I will have it. And I've got a bunch of good texts coming in already. Dan, I was 9 in 1976. Life was great and easy, biking around on my Stingray banana seat bike. Do they still make those?
I don't know.
Are you familiar with it? Do you know what that is?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I remember people talking about them.
Playing football with friends, playing a sandbox or tetherball in the backyard, playing electric football. So fun to get a new NFL team, but impossible to complete a pass with that ridiculous foam football cut like a lime.
Yep.
Maybe a little Atari Pong. Rabbit Ears TV, no cable. I don't even remember watching much TV. Neighbors outside having a beer, listening to the Twins. Al Shaver for the Stars. I got into Sally Jesse Raphael as she would come on after the games, LOL. I don't recall ever being bored or wanting. How did that become a thing? Oh, living in a Rambler, an upstart Apple Valley, a simpler, easier, better time. Not romanticized, just what it was. Much more creature comforts now, but not necessarily a better life per se, even though, he writes, This is 310 guy. My life is great.
Good writing.
Very good. Good overview.
310, that's California, I think.
It is.
LA.
It is. I think it's Southern California. Ryan, but I mean, he was here now.
Right.
Is the point. Ryan in Minnetonka, I don't date back to 76, but the mid-'80s for me largely involves statements from my mom that ended with just be back before dinner.
Yeah.
I missed that. I'm disappointed that the concern for kid safety is the largest reason why this is nearly non-existent in the U.S. We have talked about that, different age in that regard. I was 13 in the summer of 76. Music, amazing. My friends and I spent all day out on our bikes and at the Richfield pool. No parents in sight. We were on our own with no fear, no concerns. Went home for meals, went right back out until dark. So sad that kids don't know what that feels like anymore. Great way to grow up.
Steve Russian, I feel like, would be great to talk to.
He would be.
This.
That's a great idea. Because we're going to stay with this on and off for weeks. So, yeah, that's a great thought.
Haven't talked to him in a long time.
Yeah, that's I haven't either. Is he still working?
I don't know.
Is he writing another book? Or?
Probably. I mean, he wrote a couple, right, about his childhood growing up here in Bloomington.
Yeah, that's true.
He usually comes to town in the summer. I'll have to reach out to him.
Yeah, see if you can find him.
He would have the perfect... He would know. I mean, he literally wrote a book. I don't know. He's older than I am, so I'm guessing 76 was right in his wheelhouse for childhood.
Yeah. He
would know everything about it.
I think Minnesota is trying to help me out and is trying to send the documents again. Here's the... Oh, yeah. So here's Met Center concerts 50 years ago, starting with March, okay?
Yep.
Met Center concerts. March 5, Sha-Na-Na.
Sha-Na-Na, they were spectacular. I met him in the loading dock, brought him up and said hi to Francine. She loves Sha-Na-Na. Roy went to all those because he was at the Met Center.
Roy Clark, he's country, right?
Okay, don't know.
Robin Trower, Loretta Lynn, and Conway Twitty in April.
Your guy.
April 10.
Conway Twitty, your guy.
Bad Company, May 28. They had a hit or two at the time.
Okay.
August 8, Seals and Crofts. One of them just passed away this year. Great songs from my, college years. Diamond Girl. What was the other big one they had? Summer Breeze.
I was going to say, it's got to be Summer Breeze, right?
It's one of the great summer hits of all time. Would we not agree? Tremendous song. ZZ Top in September. These are all at Met Center. Charlie Daniels, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Elvis on October 17, the Eagles on November 18, and Waylon Jennings. Met Stadium, Aug 6. So we're coming up on almost exactly 50 years for that anniversary. Once we had August, the Beach Boys.
Wow.
Played Met Stadium. First concert at Met Stadium since the Beatles in 65. How about State Fair concerts right around the corner? This one... I don't think you could get this one from the grandstand August 26th if I paid you $1 million or if I gave you 1 million guesses. There's no way you could come up with it.
Who do we have?
Red Skelton, the comedian.
Oh, sure.
Red Skelton. I don't even know where to begin with that. The next day, the Osmonds and the Bay City Rollers.
The Osmonds, Donnie Ann Marie and the rest of the crew?
No beer served for the Osmonds concert because of their faith. No beer allowed in the grandstand, apparently.
That wouldn't fly today.
Also at the grandstand, Charlie Pride, Neil Sedaka, Helen Reddy, I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar.
Yeah.
Freddie Fender. And then September 1, Demolition Derby.
Got to do it.
Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. September 2, Thanks for the Memories. Bob Hope played at the grandstand September 2, 1976.
You think we could have gotten him to come to the stage, Carousel Park?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Way too big.
Yeah.
Linda Ronstadt the next night.
She's big.
Mac Davis had a hit or two. And Johnny Cash on September 5. That's not bad. That's a decent...
That's a good lineup.
That's a pretty damn good lineup for its time, isn't it?
Do you have the Liney Lodge? The Liney Lodge list?
Dan Minnesota letting us down there. I mean, Dan, where are you on the Liney Lodge? Come on, man.
This year we've got Bonnie Raitt, Weird Al, Jimmy Jam, and Terry Lewis.
Yeah, that's
Sierra Farrell Heavy Pedal Tour with special guest Tanya Tucker. Tommy James and the Shondells. Rod Stewart with Richard Marx.
Rod Stewart's going to be there?
Yeah.
Let's get him on.
Tuesday, September 1. Brad Paisley. That's a big one.
That is huge.
Hardy with McCoy Moore.
Don't know them.
Oh, here's one for my generation. Lori will be all about this. It's going to be ridiculous. TLC and Salt and Pepper.
Oh, yeah.
With En Vogue.
She'll make a fool out of herself.
She'll be back. Yeah, it's on Saturday, September 5th, Labor Day weekend. She'll be back for that.
No question about that.
We will absolutely have to talk about that lightning round.
Pretty good.
Friday, September 4th.
That's real good. All right, we got to get a lot of outstanding texts. I barely scratched the surface here. I think we're going to have fun with this the next few weeks. And as I mentioned, we got a lot of good national stuff. Dan Minnesota's provided a bunch of stuff, and we already have heard some outstanding, or read some outstanding memories from our texters as well. Bonus bucks now, though.
FanandBigDeck.com want to give you a shot to win bonus bucks. It is our national cash contest. The 4 o'clock keyword is bank. Go to KFAN.com and enter the keyword bank.
A couple sports nuggets from 50 years ago this summer. June 1, the Twins trade Bert Blyleven and Danny Thompson to the Rangers for Roy Smalley, Mike Cubbage, Bill Singer, and Jim Gideon. Blyleven had asked for a trade because, wait for it, Calvin refused to pay him what he was worth.
Yeah.
Just over a week later, Blyleven would flip off live cameras on a national TV broadcast when he thought they were not on. Al Michaels said, I guess Bert's sending a message to Minnesota.
That's great.
It's pretty good, eh?
40 years later, he would say the F word on TV, not knowing that the cameras were on.
Very, very true. Well, we gave you a couple other ones, Summer Olympics, Disco Dan Ford. If you're just joining us, we had played sound from a football game, a preseason football game that used to be a tradition in the United States of America called the College All-Star Game. It matched the defending Super Bowl champion team from the previous season against a bunch of college all-star players, many of whom were headed, obviously, for the pros. They played it every year, Soldier Field, Chicago, Illinois. And 50 years ago today was the last one. As it turns out, it ended early because of a monsoon hitting, a Calcutta Clipper hit the lakefront of Lake Michigan in Chicago. And it got me thinking more widely of how different so many things were 50 years ago. It's a nice even number, obviously, 50 years. So we've asked the question, how was life different in 1976? And we'll mix in some stories from time to time, some anecdotes that Dan Minnesota has come up with and others have. And then a lot of really good texts are coming in regarding this particular exercise, too. Well, this kind of came out of nowhere. Dan, are you ready to admit the Twins have a real baseball manager now? I thought Rocco was a real baseball manager. I wasn't as down on Rocco as some people.
Me neither.
I don't know. There was no Liney Lodge at the fair in 76. That's from a Twitterlist. I don't think you knew necessarily that there was one, but you're trying to have some fun with that.
I just like saying Liney Lodge.
Good alliteration.
Because you usually ask me who's at the Liney Lodge.
Just the beer garden serving 3.2% Schmidt beer. The only place to get a beer at the Great Minnesota Drink Together.
That's changed.
1976, family left the house, never locked the doors to the house. My parents disagreeing with neighbors over politics, but then still being invited to their barbecue. That's stunning. Shakey's Pizza and Twins scheduled doubleheader at the Met. Such good times. Grew up on the border of Burnsville and Lakeville back in the day, out of the house before 9 a.m., back in by maybe 9:30 or 10 o'clock at night. We would pop in to different friends' houses to eat, but outside that, we were outside on a bike or a skateboard basically all day in the summer. had one small kidnap attempt, but were able to outrun the person on our bikes.
Oh, my God.
Talk about burying the lead.
Yeah.
How about some more detail on that? One small... See, that's the difference between now and 50 years ago. Now, you'd be milking that for all it's worth endlessly. And back then, it was, I'm not going to turn this into a Wagnerian opera, a big production. It might have been a small kidnapping attempt, but we just rode away and got out.
A small kidnapping attempt.
How good is that? That's understating it.
Yeah.
Today, everything is overstated.
It's true.
Witness Nancy Armour.
Yeah.
We're in a completely different era in that sense, are we not? It wasn't always about making everything a production then. We didn't know how to make everything a production then for all the obvious reasons, right? Because we didn't have all the same toys, I guess I would
We didn't
say.
have the capabilities of technology. We just had our imagination.
Has JG been to the Demolition Derby at the Pine County Fair?
It's a great question. Great question. I have not personally been. The family usually goes on Friday night, and usually I'm working. So sometimes my family has been there. I've only heard it when I usually go to the fair on Saturdays. I've never been. I've never purchased a pit pass to get better access.
Well, you're going to regret that if you never do it.
I might.
One of these times,
I might.
It's got to be on the bucket list.
My kids love the Demolition Derby.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great question. I've not been there.
Dan, in
But I'm well aware of it.
You are aware of it.
Yes.
Bob in Plymouth writes, Dan, in 1976, I became precinct chairman for the Jimmy Carter presidential campaign. I was 23.
Wow.
23 years old. 612 guy. I was 10 in 76. Days I rode my bike to the Rexall. You old enough to remember the Rexall drugstore?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any Rexalls anymore?
I've seen the signs at different places. I mean, I remember seeing that sign.
I don't think
remember
they exist
where they were.
anymore.
No,
Rexall.
I don't know.
To buy Marvel Comics or to Lake Okabena in Worthington. Am I pronouncing that right? To fish for crappies off the dock. Nights we played kick the can till as long after dark as our parents allowed. Hippies were common sights, as were wounded Vietnam vets.
I bet.
I rooted for Jenner in the decathlon, got 3 bicentennial HO boxcars for my train set that Christmas, and I still have them. Growing up in the 70s, I remember playing outside until the town's fire department's siren would blow at 5:30. That's when every kid in the neighborhood needed to be home for dinner. But for the night, wouldn't you go back out after?
Probably.
We would go back out after.
Yeah, probably. Man, that sounds amazing.
Sounds tremendous, doesn't it?
It does. It really does.
Hey, guys, I live in Chaney. Way better here. Just got stuck with 310. Oh, that's the guy we were lauding.
Yeah.
The text earlier. Just got stuck with 310 exchange after a few ill-advised years in Manhattan Beach. Interesting way to put it.
Ill-advised.
Ill-advised years in Manhattan. That people would kill.
I know, Manhattan
to hang
Beach.
in Manhattan Beach.
Manhattan Beach is nice. I need to know more.
Well, here's more from him.
Yeah.
Talk about entitled, boring, and wanting, L.A. defined.
Yeah.
That's Scott, forever Minnesotan, moved back from 5 years in Sydney, Australia, paradise, to be near our grandkids, 3 of them now.
That's a good gig.
It's a very interesting
That's a life well lived.
history. That's true.
Yeah.
It's absolutely true. I legitimately thought Louis was in studio for a moment. That might be the first time I've heard JG's Louis impression, and it was spot on.
Francine loves Shanana. It was great. Took a picture with Marty.
In June of 76, 50 years ago, this summer, I was in attendance with 47,000 others at Met Stadium as Pele's New York Cosmos came to town and were defeated by the Minnesota Kicks in a game called football.
In all seriousness, I mean, Louis' son-in-law was probably in that game, wasn't he?
You know who just gives Pele the back of his hand, and it does annoy me? Blakemore.
Oh, that's not shocking.
But I mean, you got to.
I know.
I mean, Blakemore has, I thought, enough of a sense of history.
No, he doesn't.
That even if he couldn't relate to him because he never saw him, it's like, come on, man.
No, he doesn't. No? It's disappointing.
Yeah.
But that is so par for the course with Blakemore.
Is it?
Yes. He does not have a great sense of history.
76 Olympics. This is another really good callback. Great boxers. Sugar Ray Leonard, Michael Spinks, Leon Spinks. There was some really good boxing stuff back in the day. Back then for sure. 1976 from Lawyer Tom. Lawyer Tom would turn 10 years old in the fall of that year. He was going to Minnehaha Falls in Kate, 1976, actually do visit the Freedom Train, a traveling museum of America's history. He recalls his friend's much older brothers making sarcastic comments about the lack of a Vietnam War car exhibit on the train. He recalls waking up early on Saturday mornings and watching the test patterns on his family's new color TV, 36-inch, I believe, waiting till 7 a.m. when Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You were a big Scooby-Doo guy, weren't you?
Yeah, you kind of had to be.
Yeah. That's, those are... We're off to a really good start on the text, are we not? There have been some really vivid ones.
One of our California correspondents just texted me, Manhattan Beach is a sneaky drinking spot, not where you want to be if you're trying to get your life together. So my response was, that's why I like it. Who said I was looking to get my life together?
Yeah.
It's Manhattan Beach.
Is he more of a Venice Beach guy? Does he like Venice Beach more or less than Manhattan?
I'll have to follow up. I would think Venice Beach probably less.
Yeah, probably true. Yeah.
Venice Beach seems a little weirder.
Could be.
Than Manhattan.
Yeah. You're right about that.
Maybe Laguna Beach is where you want to be.
How are we doing in the inbox?
Very solid. Can always improve it.
Okay.
We're very solid. I love some of the ones that we've received, and I know that we're going to get some in the next 10 minutes that will absolutely make the cut.
JG at KFAN.com. More football conversation coming up 1 hour from now. Alec Lewis, who I doubt has much recollection of 50 years ago this summer, or the year 1976.
But he's got respect for Pele, I bet.
I bet he does. We'll find out.
This is Bump.
1976 was about the bicentennial minute that appeared during network commercial breaks. Celebrities such as Charlton Heston relating 60-second synopses of battles or key moments from the American Revolution. That and tagging along to Kicks games of the old Met with upperclassmen before my freshman year in high school and getting totally bombed at tailgating. That's from 612.
I heard those lots were quite the scene, quite the vibe. Royce's talked a lot about that.
Yeah.
The parking lots were quite a vibe.
I was not here for that, but I certainly heard it was fairly legendary. I don't think our next guest has any recollection of 1976. He's way too young for that. Alec Lewis, kind enough to join us via the Connecticut Water Systems hotline. I don't have him on my screen here. Do you?
Because he's up in an hour.
I lost my mind.
You're so excited to talk to Alec.
Well, you know what happened is I started reading Alec Lewis tweets.
Yeah.
And I had it in my brain, and he's not till 5:30.
He's not. We've got Dr. Dan's inbox right now.
Oh, God.
Should we get to it?
Embarrassing. That's what it is. We can.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, no,
that's why I'm here to correct.
It's so weird because I'm looking again. Well, usually I see I see him on line 7 there, and then I thought, well, maybe he's got that special equipment.
Yeah.
Like Gessling does.
Right.
Well, no, it's not till 5:30.
Hey, look, I wish it was 5:32.
My God.
I wish it was 5:30 right now too, but it's 4:30.
Well, let's do it.
Let's get to the inbox.
Let's get to what we're supposed to do at 4:30.
It's time for Dr. Dan's inbox.
Oh, we get letters. We get your letters every day.
CB Radios, my brother's call sign was Moonshadow. Moonshadow. Remember CB? Well, you don't remember CB Radio.
I know what they are.
You know about that whole bit?
Yes.
People had them.
Moonshadow.
Moonshadow. That's a pretty good call sign.
It's kind of like a cell phone, right? I mean, in essence, truckers, you could talk to each other.
That's very, very true, Davey.
Yeah, very, very good.
What do we got?
Dear Dr. Dan, I'm still thinking about it. Heard from a few of your local stars telling me I should join them. A. Edwards reached out and told me to bring my ass. And a follow-up message was sent later by L. Ball that just said, yeah. What about and he's LJ. LeBron has landed at MSP. It's a Minneapolis miracle. Welcome back to the Midwest, young man. Would the natural treasure reach out to me, Dr. Dan, as you suggested? This is not D'Angelo, man. This is the Super Bron. This is from L. James.
Well, I don't know what to believe regarding this story. A couple people have asked, well, you guys seemingly have dropped it. Because I don't think there's that much new to report. We did talk yesterday about the Heat screw up, where they basically were doing some kind of a test run, making it seem as if there was going to be a Monday press conference introducing LeBron James as the newest member of the Miami Heat, not for the first time. And there's still some people who think that was not a sign that the Heat expect him to come there. There's another theory that he's going to milk it even longer than he originally was because the commissioner, he's annoyed. His people are annoyed that the commissioner kind of called him out on a little bit.
Yeah.
Which seems kind of silly.
It does.
To me, the whole thing seems silly. 2 days ago, somebody mentioned that Wilbon had lost his mind on this subject, and I sort of assumed it was on how long it was taking LeBron. It was the opposite. As I watched it later, he was melting down on people suggesting that he's got to tell us now. His point being, he doesn't have to tell you anytime. That's just the way it is, and stop pretending that it's actually as annoying as you think it might be. And I don't know where I am on that. I think early I was in that mode, like, hey, teams are going to wait it out because they still view him as a valued partner if they can get him, and so they'll hold their nose and deal with all the drama related to the name. Is there a tipping point where it becomes, my God? In our world, probably, but again,
yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, in all honesty, in the grand scheme of things, is it a crime if he waits 2 more weeks?
It's not. Here's my one amendment. We don't need any more Rich Paul and Max Kellerman podcasts about it.
No,
if he's just going to wait.
That's true.
Because that was part of the cool thing. Like,
yeah.
2 weeks ago, it was awesome, right? The whiteboard, and Max is talking about it, and they're going back and forth.
So, in other words, what we're doing, if there's nothing to say about it, don't pretend there is.
Right.
Yeah, so don't keep
Exactly.
doing these ongoing hour debates and discussions when nothing fundamentally has changed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's a good way to look at it. Dr. Dan will still be gobsmacked if he ends up here. I have felt lately it's Miami's most likely. I always thought Golden State was a good possibility, not on the basis of that's his best place to win. I think it's more to do with then it's closest to his house, right? He's in Northern California. It's a short plane ride.
The plane ride has gotten shorter every week when people are talking about it.
Yes,
It'll
that's
be like,
true.
it's an hour
8
flight.
minutes. Yeah.
He'll be home in 42 minutes. Now it's 37 minutes. They don't even get to full cruising altitude.
I mean, I think Miami still makes the most sense on a number of levels. So if that turned out to be, that intern who was fired for jumping the gun on it, I still think that's where it's most likely. It ain't going to be here. It's not going to be here. I think we've known that for a long time. And it would be sort of nice here for that to be resolved because there is a domino effect. There's some other players who are kind of waiting on where LeBron is going to land. Does that make it, if he doesn't land here, does that mean there's any better chance that we could get a legitimate NBA player somehow?
Maybe.
In that spot? I don't know if one thing has anything to do with the other. And that's why the Wolves had to play this out, just in case, for whatever reason, he decided, you know what? Nobody believes I'm going to do it. Nobody expects I'm going to do it. I'm going to go to Minnesota for a year. And if your theory is right, it made even more sense if he's actually got 2 years left, where he could say, I'm not going to make Minnesota my last year, but I'll make Minnesota my second to last year. And then it'll still allow me to go to some sexy place like Miami, back to Miami if I wanted, Cleveland because that's home. Another team that he would be dynamite on is Denver.
Yeah, and they were in it early. They
allegedly were in it. We haven't heard from them much. I mean, he would play. He and Jokic would play off each other brilliantly. It'd be outstanding.
Don't you think 25 years for him makes sense? Like, why would you go to 24 and stop?
Yeah,
that's why I do.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think this is his last year.
As long as his body can hold up. Yeah, you're right.
It's time for Dr. Dan's Inbox.
Oh, we get letters. We get your letters every day.
Dear Dr. Dan, as a former ink-stained wretch, you would know the names of the big-time investigative journalists B. Woodward, C. Bernstein are a couple that come to mind, but they've got nothing on me, Dr. Dan. It's amazing what a source will spill when they're playing a leisurely round of golf. During my round with him this week up in Blaine, I got Kay O'Connell to admit there is, in fact, a quarterback tryout underway down in Eagan. It's what we call hard-nosed investigative journalism, Dr. Dan. That washed-up, soon-to-be retiring D. Patrick could barely get Coach to admit this, but he sure spilled his guts to me, the aforementioned W Post reporters, all the President's Men, so I'm busy writing all the Coach's quarterbacks, and it's going to skyrocket to #1 in the New York Times bestseller list. As a teaser, here are some of the chapter names. From Whence He Came, In Quasi We Can't Trust, Running Through GMs Like Eggs Through a Hen. Heck, maybe my next assignment should be getting that WNBA commissioner out of a round so she can spill on all the C. Clark controversies. In the process, I'm sure I can help her with that atrocious bunker play. This is from S. Scheffler. S. Scheffler.
Well, that's part of the reason, for whatever reason, I had in my head that we were going to go to Alec next because I had my first question ready, which was going to be, who does Scotty Scheffler think the Vikings should start at quarterback? Because allegedly, that subject, because he played in the Pro-Am, right, with KOC?
He did.
That subject came up. Now, do we know if Scheffler, did he make a decision? I mean, did he make a call, or did he do it? Did he go the sort of the highbrow? I'm not going to bother a head coach with that. That's not my. Did he have fun with it? I guess I'm trying to say. Do we know?
I don't know.
Well,
Others might.
If Alec Lewis actually does join us at 5:30, we'll ask him then.
He should. He's scheduled. Scheffler, by the way, 6 under par today. Had a huge crowd, biggest crowd people have ever seen at 3M following him today. He is tied for third place, 3 shots behind the leader. We'll talk more about that in the top 5.
It's time for Dr. Dan's Inbox.
Oh, we get letters. We get your letters every day.
Dear Dr. Dan, it was a pleasure. Actually, it was a delight coming to studio earlier this week. We touched on a many great topic, and I hope to come back soon. But Dr. Dan, I'm wondering if you could help me. I left and couldn't find my notepad. I had the grocery list and the address to the dry cleaners among many things on that notepad. I am lost without it. If you find it, give me a call, or better yet, you can run those errands for me, and we can meet up again. This from A. Carlson.
That's quite a good callback. I'd mentioned that A. Carlson, who joined us in studio day before last, had left. He actually didn't leave the whole notepad. He left a single piece of paper that had some notes on it. So I decided, instead of throwing it out, because he left without it, didn't look to have anything. No such list was on at least that page. I'm going to just keep it, may frame it someday. From Arnie Carlson, for God's sake. So that's the callback to it. I have texted the governor since. He did say, in all seriousness, he enjoyed his visit. So that means, I guess, he got his ride back fine. He got his Uber back and went back home. Home for the few months that he's not in Florida, where he, too, also attempts to grow the game. I'm not sure which game in his case. I don't know that he's a big hockey guy.
Maybe he helps recruit for Gopher football.
It's very possible that's true.
It's time for Dr. Dan's Inbox.
Yeah, that would have been bad. If he had a whole notebook with a bunch of, with a list with a bunch of stuff on there,
yeah,
I'd have texted him on that.
Yeah, you would have.
I don't feel I need to on a single page. Do you? Do I have any reason to feel guilt keeping the single page?
Just depends on what's on there.
Well, there's nothing controversial on it.
Okay, well then, trust your
including,
judgment.
I think I told you, that wrong directions.
Yeah.
I should say wrong address.
Right.
For our place here at Utica. But that was it. It wasn't anything else like that.
No, I think you're fine.
If we have him back in studio, I can hand it to him next time.
Dear Dr. Dan, I've heard recently a lot of people are upset about the C. Clark article by N. Armour. If C. Clark is as upset as everyone else seems to be, I've got the perfect advice for her. She shows up to N. Armour's front door and resolves the issue herself. This is from S. Lombardozzi.
Another good callback. We just celebrated the anniversary of the S. Lombardozzi D. Gladden brawl outside D. Gladden's then home, right? This was 1988. I don't even know if we just passed the anniversary, but for whatever reason, we were talking about it. So, yeah, I do not... The position C. Clark is in right now, I do not recommend she take that approach. Although, you and I have talked about this before. I've waited and waited and waited for a C. Clark, mad as hell, not going to take it anymore meltdown. I really think she deserves one. I think she would have, maybe the better way to put it is, has all the right to say, hold on a minute here about, impugning my respect for the league or whatever number of other debates have broken out. But my guess is she feels stuck. And that the closest she came to that the other day was an interview in which she said, sometimes I think people think I don't have feelings or I'm not going through stuff. I'm 23, 24 years old. Yeah, I go through stuff just like anybody else. That's the closest I've seen her to kind of letting her hair down, so to speak. But I'm telling you, who deserves more than she does a good old-fashioned, I'm done messing with this
meltdown,
stuff.
yeah.
To at least, if nothing else, clear the air and to that extent stand up for herself. But I think she's been coached and trained to go a very different way. Now, maybe one of these times it'll happen. Maybe it'll happen during the All-Star break, All-Star weekend, like you said, where if the questions of what Armour wrote and what the whole story represents sociologically ends up becoming a big topic of conversation. Maybe even she's got a breaking point.
It's time for Dr.
We have back-to-back letters. We'll do them one at a time from bumper-to-bumper contributors.
Oh, nice.
Dear Dr. Dan, I happened to hear your comments while on my 75-mile bike ride about P. Allen and C. Wentz and the ability to go 5-1 to start the season if he is the starter. I'm not sure if you've heard, Dr. Dan, but we have a fantastic neurology department here at Mayo. I'm sure C. Abbott can authorize the extended time off because I have a feeling the proper treatment may take quite a bit of time. Go wild. From one doctor to another, B. Knocker, B. Maurice.
Very nice. Well played. What's next?
Dear Dr. Dan, this is from the actual contributor.
Okay.
And she wrote 2 letters. I got to figure out which one I want to do here.
All right.
We'll do the first one.
Okay. It's up to you.
Hey there, Dr. Dan. Well, they're kind of the same. She did a rewrite.
All right.
I don't know why. I've officially wrapped up my World Summer Tour of 2026. I survived the beautiful beaches of Mexico with my family. I somehow made it through college orientation in Madison. I conquered the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina with childhood besties. And I successfully logged Quality Lake and dance party time in Minnesota with the girlfriends. Now, it's time to get back to work. So the big question is, will the Enough Said crew welcome me back with open arms, or should we keep the summer of Natalie alive? Either way, I'm ready to trade sunscreen for studio lights. This from Fox 9's L. Fisher. Now, hold on.
Go ahead.
She wrote 2. These are from her. I texted her this morning. I said, how much coffee have you had? I mean, it was like 9 o'clock, and she fired off like 10 things. She signed off as L. Fish. L. Fish.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
But how L-Fish is it of her to make not one letter enough that she's got to rewrite it or send it to you a second time?
Yeah.
I mean, that defines her, doesn't it?
Yes.
Who else has ever done that in the history of Dr. Dan's inbox? Nobody.
Very few people. Every once in a while, someone will send it and then later go, I changed it, read this one. Because people take it seriously, which we appreciate. And they'll rewrite it themselves and then send it, but very rarely.
What's also great about this is that other people who send letters, they identify as whoever the character is that they're attempting to impersonate. What you're telling me in this case is she's trying to impersonate herself. Another L. Fisher moment for sure. That's just too good.
Dear Dr. Dan, I cannot believe that pillow-fighting patriot M. Lindell, or is it Trudell, is getting a primary platform from D. Trump. The state is pure madness. Honestly, it's like Pete Kessler actually pulled off a high-stakes heist and walked out of the building with a 12-pack of U.S. Bank Stadium anniversary donuts by completely bypassing the security cameras. We all know Pete Kessler doesn't have the stealth or quickness for that. But then again, I swear on my mother's life, I did not see a quesadilla. My current assessment of America's media landscape, to quote the legendary reporter himself, inspiring, uplifting, not as good as the Prince NFL Super Bowl halftime show, but the Muppets came close. Stay safe and watch out for Milwaukee bar fights. This from L.E. Neal III. I don't know what the point of the letter was. He just wanted to get into a bunch.
It sounds like half of it was L.E. Neal III, half of it was Pete Kessler.
He was reacting to Pete Kessler.
I see. Okay.
I'm not sure what the point is, but it had a lot of inside jokes.
Well, that's
so I
what makes it a vintage L.E. Neal letter, right? We don't know what the point is. How often have we said that after we've read one of his columns?
That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, it fits perfectly.
It's a good point.
It really does, doesn't it?
Do a couple more here.
Okay.
It's time for Dr. Dan's Inbox.
Oh, we get letters. We get your letters every day.
Dear Dr. Dan, what is going on with the WNBA? They don't want to take advantage of highlighting the pointing phenomenon by S. Cunningham? I would be selling a nonstop pointing stream to Fubu or Tubi for millions, if not billions of dollars. This from R. Goodell.
Yeah, has the league attempted to capitalize on the point, notwithstanding their most recent situation? Have they tried to have fun and play? I mean, everybody else has, but they haven't. Correct?
Yeah. What I've read is
they've admonished her for it.
No, but they're not like allowing officially licensed point shirts and stuff to be sold, which I think she can do on her own.
One would assume so, but she might not want to do any pointing right now because now she's in the meat grinder.
Oh, actually, I don't think she cares. S. Cunningham?
She may not, but she, in the end, might be. She might be forced to, put it that way.
Here's another one, WNBA related. Dear Dr. Dan, I can't be bothered with what's happening right now in S Media to C. Clark and S. Cunningham, as I'm spending all my time searching for the right dress depicting the Chicago skyline from C. Engelbert.
Well played. That's very well played. And it can't be considered sexist that we're talking about apparel because it's all related to what she wore when the Lynx took on the Liberty in the WNBA finals, correct?
I'll go to my grave saying that did not get enough scrutiny.
Well, no, and you know why, but go ahead.
Dear Dr. Dan, after much consternation, I have concluded I made a mistake. C. Clark's WNBA treatment is much more like the Teapot Dome scandal and the Iran-Contra affair. Respectfully, and Armor.
Yeah, it's so good. I can't wait for the Sirwanga to the Sirwanga because the first one was just so unartful and ineffective. Dr. Dan is now waiting for the first significant think piece that will come to the defense of Ann Armour. I'm sure it's already online somewhere, but I haven't seen it yet. But you know it's coming, correct?
Yes.
It's got to be coming.
It's definitely coming. I have a couple of candidates, too, that would do it. But
it might be by your guy, S. Acho.
You said it.
Yeah, it might be S. Acho. Very possible, yeah. Is there any question?
I think it's E. Acho.
That's right, it is. No, you're right.
There's two Achos.
That's right, it's E. Acho.
I think it's E. Acho.
I got the wrong Acho.
Yeah,
you're right about that.
Look for his Twitter.
My bad.
Or Insta. Dear Dr. Dan, in light of Ann Armour's column, I want to apologize for my own actions. I was completely unaware of the potential damage I was doing. We are not naive. I'm sorry. We are not native to the U.S., so we are not familiar with this country's history to the level that we should be. It's our fault. There's no excuse. Today, we, along with C. Clark, are forming... Actually, I screwed this one up because I was going to add somebody. Hang on. Let me start this over.
All right.
And then I'll tell you what I was doing in a second.
Coming out in 3, 2, and 1.
Is Alec Lewis on? Dear Dr. Dan, in light of Ann Armour's column, I want to apologize for my own actions. I was completely unaware of the potential damage I was doing. I'm not native to the U.S., so I'm not familiar with the country's history to the level I should be. This is my fault and no excuse. Today, along with C. Clark, we are forming WFA, White Floppers Anonymous, where we will discuss the danger of our actions. We vow to hashtag do better. My hope is that we can create some real change. This is from L. Doncic. Now, what I was trying to do is add SGA. And I thought I didn't read this one before.
Oh, I see.
Because he's not native here either. He's from Canada.
That's true.
So it would have seamlessly fit right in, but then I didn't read it. It was White Floppers Anonymous and had to start it over.
Very good contributions again today, and a lot of good texts continue to come in about life, what life was like 50 years ago for those old enough to be able to answer that question. We'll mix and match those. And even before the top 5 at 5, Alec Lewis is coming up next, right here on The Fan.
You're listening to Barrero on The Fan.
From the 1-800-ASK-GARY Traffic Center. This